A lot of our work is, as I'm sure you'd appreciate, is confidential, but some of the projects we're doing are in the public realm. One of which is particularly applicable to today's topic, and that is our work in Palau. Palau, as you may know, is an island nation in the Pacific. And like every island, virtually, they have challenges with payments, geographic challenges. So to overcome some of these frictions, Palau is issuing a national stablecoin on the public XRP ledger. Some interesting things about Palau to know. First of all, they don't have a central bank. So they're not issuing a CBDC, as it were. They're issuing a dollar-denominated government-backed stablecoin. The next thing to know is they don't have any domestic banks in Palau. They have two banks, which are non-domestic, Bank of Guam and Bank of Hawaii. And it's not exactly a profit center for those banks to be there. So a big portion of the citizens in the island are underbanked. I think it's also worth mentioning that in Palau, the government is the primary employer. And you might think of any municipality in the US, a county where there's a major corporation or a military base that generates the majority of the economic activity in that particular market. And that parallel holds true in Palau with the government. And then finally, and interestingly, there's a lot of lending among and between families and friends on Palau, short-term lending. And that exists because there aren't credit cards on Palau. So it's very difficult to access short-term liquidity. It's not profitable or viable for a bank to issue a loan for $50 with a 2-week maturity. So citizens rely on each other. Your credit is only good in that environment, as good as your reputation. And so understanding all of these things, we spent time with the government to put together a pilot program. And the first phase of the pilot is processing payroll for government employees. The idea here is to showcase the benefits of the technology in a meaningful and tangible way and demonstrate a use case that has real world benefits. Looking to the future, we envision launching things like micro-lending protocols that facilitate peer-to-peer lending. Now, that's not something that can currently be done in Palau, but using this technology, it can be done fast, cheap, securely, and it will be beneficial, cost-effective for the provider, and financially beneficial for the citizens of Palau. So imagine a scenario where, for example, the Bank of Guam decides to structure a liquidity pool, which enables it to provision new services, generate revenue to the citizens on the island, and equally, maybe scale down their brick and mortar footprint as a cost savings. On the other hand, the citizens of Palau can access the liquidity pool to create credit, access short-term liquidity, and use future government payrolls as collateral for any loans they obtain. And they can also pledge money into the liquidity pool to earn interest. So these are things they can't currently do. When I think about using technology and stablecoins to enable financial inclusion, this is exactly the kind of use case that I think Ripple is focused on. And it's the kind of thing we're seeing opportunities like this all around the world. My one takeaway from engagements like this, and it holds true everywhere we go, is that there is no one-size-fits-all solution to addressing these problems. Yes, there are common themes, but all the challenges are unique, and you really have to understand how to address them. And we talk a lot at Ripple about how to do that. That's the hard part. That's the fun part. But I think that's where we will have our greatest impact.